Ladies and gentlemen, there appears to be some uncertainty with regards to transfer pricing, whether there will be a fine and there will be a penalty if you do not submit the documentation on time. So this is causing a little bit of confusion. Let me clarify the thought. As far as I'm concerned, both the transfer pricing audit framework, it's still there. It hasn't been removed. The section 113B that was introduced from 1st January 2021 is also there. So you have two things. One, there is a fine and there is a penalty. So as far as I'm concerned, as far as the framework is concerned, it says if you haven't filed the documentation, if you're unable to file the documentation within the given time, or you do not have the documentation, you get a 50%, there's a 50% penalty. If you have documentation and it's not adequate, or if you do not file the documentation on time, you have a 30% penalty. Now, what is happening is, at the same time, with the introduction of section 113B from 1121, you are effectively going to be subject to, if you're unable to provide the documentation within the 14 days. They're quite strict about the 14 days. If you don't submit the documentation within the 14 days, of the time they give you, there will be automatically a penalty. Well, there'll be a fine, not a penalty, of 20,000 up to 100,000 if you're not convicted. So, but my view is, and I think the authorities also will take the view, that both will not be applied. So most likely the way things are going is only the fine under section 113B will be applied and the penalty will not be applied. So that's where my view is, and that's how things, I think, will develop. You cannot have both the fine and the penalty applying on the non-compliance. Thank you.